Good morning. Doesn't feel like morning, it's already hot. My air conditioner is struggling. And let's build an aeroplane! Hooray! This is a Soviet Tu-2, though I would prefer to read it as Tutu. It's a tutu, because I'm a sensible and mature adult. It's got plane bits in it, looks like a fairly simple kit. Let's see if I can get it built in one stream. I mean, technically I could stream until it's built, and that would be one stream, but what I mean is, within the usual short amount of time that I do stream, I noticed a couple of things when looking at this sprue. It's got a couple, it looks almost like burn marks on it or something. I don't know if that's like stains. I don't know if you can see them either. Like there. I don't know how focused that is. Focused enough. I think what I'm going to have to do, I don't know how much I like this lens. It's got a bit of a fisheye effect to it that you can see mostly along there when it's further out like this. Hello, Herbert. His Glueness Erpaderp. That is my name. His Glueness. How you doing, Trekan? I guess I should start building it by following the instructions. There is a cockpit seating. I'm not sure I'm going to put that in because it's got clear windows, but if I ever paint this, I kind of want to try and do like what Monol did in the recent group build with his windows on whatever that plane was, because that looked good. You did some painting? Good. What did you paint? I'm getting sidetracked. Now, I don't think I'll have these actually clear, so I'm going to glue it all together and not worry about the insides. Though, maybe, for completeness of the build video, I will build the interior because it looks really simple. Hey, Alexander Fanning, how you doing? I guess to build the interior would be probably one of the first things to do. Don't really need this box on the desk, do I? Get this thing. It's got a few extra nubbins. A stick for doing stick things. .6mm MBT T80s and the last team of the French Resistance for Flames of War. That sounds good. Maybe I should do some painting. Maybe. I do need to work on... I don't know what the structure is going to be. A structure for the corner of my model railway. I need to paint that. Need is a strong word, but I'd like to get it done sooner than later. Where's my knife? What have you done with my knife? You've hidden it behind the instructions for this kit. Very clever of you. A UH-1 from Rubicon. I need to build mine. I need to build my whirlybird. I keep not doing it because I can't decide what variant to build. I've also got a T26. Yeah, from Rubicon that I haven't built either, probably because I can't decide which version of that to do. Either of those will be a good thing to do soon though, so maybe I will. The structure where you hide the switches. Yeah, that's structure. But I'd like to come up with, like, maybe it could be a switch factory. Hey, Argonaut, how you doing? A quick hello as it's late. I appreciate that. I hope you're doing well. I think actually, yes, that is a good idea. That can be a switch factory. I'll have to make up like a sign to put on the front of it or something. There does appear to be a little bit of flash along the control stick, but because I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be visible when the model is complete anyway. I think maybe I just I won't clean it up. I'm doing all right. Once again, it is still technically morning. Not quite awake yet. Get this all set up. You would imagine that because I know I'm going to stream, I would get this sort of thing prepared, but no. Not old, ill-prepared Herbert. Not like it takes much to set up. Will Herbert decide to build a version that looks silly? Stay tuned to find out. Good chance that I will not do anything silly, being a very sensible person. If rim shots happened, like, without me having to trigger them, that would have happened without me triggering it. Let's put lots of glue in. Because the glue god, we need all the glue god smiling upon us that we can get on a Monday morning. We need all of the glue god's blessings. Yes, this probably has a correct orientation. Can't tell by looking at the instructions though, so we're just gonna plop it in like that, and probably some airplane nerd on the internet will get really angry about that. People on the internet getting angry? Perish the thought. Good night, Argonaut. I hope to see you again soon. Okay, now the main part of the plane. Is this the bottom or this is the top? I want the bottom. No. Actually, we want both because I need to clean them up. It's got these little nubbins on what I'm pretty confident should be flat surfaces. Yeah, like the control surfaces and, well, not the control surfaces here, but like the flat surfaces on the wings. I guess they're like just injection points to make sure all the plastic goes in good. It's kind of weird. Don't like it. Grandfather was a door gunner in Nam. I guess that makes sense. I have no connection to any of those versions, the helicopter you can make. I was thinking about doing the medical one, but then maybe I should just buy another. How many variants are there? Like 4, 5? Just get another 4 or 5 of those kits. Build every one of them. Boy, would that be a lot of work for no real payoff. I'm gonna film these little nubbins. That's one I've smoothed. It's not to be confused with that knobbin, which is a detail, and is probably meant to be there. Not that it's a real issue, they're not going to be difficult to clean up, but it is a very minor annoyance, and those are the worst kind. Everybody knows that. A bit difficult to get my blade flat on surface. Maybe this. The one under here is probably going to be difficult. Maybe not. Why you got to be such a pessimist, Herbert? It's fine. I sliced a little bit of the top layer off, but it's fine. Battle damage. Battle damage. It's what happens to everything. It's a warcraft. It's meant for battle and receiving damage. That's probably smooth enough. I don't need to spend hours and hours tidying this up because it's never going to be like a really hyper detailed, super great model. It's a probably $10, $15 kit. And so I'm treating it accordingly. Not that I don't like it or that it's bad. I haven't finished it yet, so it could be terrible, but it looks like it's going to go together fine. It's just not the real expensive fancy kit you would spend hours and hours making perfect. And that's fine. This is just what the doctor ordered for me. I went to the doctor and they said, "Oi, Herbert, build a cheap model plane." And I am. I don't think I need to worry about the one inside that little recess. And these also need to be clipped off. Australian doctors are odd. Not complaining though. I don't think my doctor would actually order me to build kits. She'd probably be more interested in having me go outside and exercise. Outside? That's where it's like fire. Currently, the thing says it's 34 degrees outside. Can't pick that little nubbin up. Ah! Outside where the idiots are. That is true. They are out there. I am going to have to go outside at some point today to the shop. Otherwise, old Herbert might starve to death. Okay, anything else needs clipping off of this? Not that I could see. There's guide pins, can use those. This is going to be a glue-in sections operation, I believe. We need to do some more tidying at the back there. Come apart, please. Which side? Both sides need a bit of tidy. A little bit of the old tremination. Maybe that's better. It's kind of annoying to have to get it all together just to check. Better. I can tell. I can tell by the way that it is. I was going to say it's time to glue this all together, but I should probably actually put the this in first. There's also some... Is this the wrong part? It doesn't go into that. There's also some clear window things for the rear that should be put in. Where did... Oh, right there. Oh, Trekan got a message held by auto mod. Which is perfectly allowable to say. To be honest, last week a lot of cool people were outside in Germany. Millions, and I mean millions, of people in numerous cities demonstrated against the German Nazi Party, which is unfortunately strong in Germany. Seems some people woke up. Good. Fuck the Nazis. That's probably the last place I would expect, like, a Nazi party to become strong again. Like, from what I can tell, the Germans have, like, learnt from that and don't like it. Will you put the crew in? Ah, forget it. There is no crew to put in, so... So, I mean, I wouldn't have anyway, but, you know... I've already mixed these parts up. They're different-ish. I'll figure it out. It's not exactly symmetrical. But it's not going to fit in wrong, I don't think. Might have to remove the nubbins off the bottom part. I guess I don't need to worry about the clear parts fogging up if I'm going to paint over them. So I'm just going to use regular cement to put them in. Nobody can stop me. Oops. Praise the glue god. Do, 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 do. Why has the glue god got John Cena music? There's probably nothing for it to contact there, but I'm sticking it in anyway because I didn't put it on the rear thing. Not that it really matters, that'll stay in anyway. Nice try, but the model police have already been dispatched. Well, fuck. Guess I'll enjoy my last few moments of freedom by gluing bits of plastic together. Maybe I should run away. That's gonna be difficult to get in the right way with my fat fingers. More easy with my knife, though. Knife solves all the problems. Not gonna lie, you miss making kits and haven't touched one in like a year or so? Well, go and touch one. Touch one with your knife and glue. Yeah, that ought to hold a little SOB. And I guess I don't see anything else that needs to be stuck in the inside. It's not a nose landing gear plane. It should sit like that, so we don't need to wait in the front. Trekan is not concerned. He thinks the model police are as competent as Herbert playing a communist policeman in a video game. Which means the model police will drive against a tree before coming even near Herbert's place. That's true. Yeah, they're not coming here. Oh, you could see my arm and the face I made. That was the joke, though. They are here. Let's try to get this all in shot to glue the fuselage together. Need to paint the F-16C you made that's been sitting on your shelf waiting. A good few days of blood, sweat and swearing at the landing gear. Well, swearing does help. I mean, you don't have to paint it before going on to another kit. There's no law. The model police will probably try and arrest you, but as discussed, they are incompetent, so don't worry about them. Try to get all of this in. Why do you not go into the hole properly? I want to pull it apart just a little bit more so I can get the glue inside to the pin as well. Not as neat as it could be. That actually does go together very nicely. Not perfect, but pretty good. Hoping some of this is in frame in the video. This is slightly bigger than I was expecting it to be. Lots of glue to praise the glue god with. Thou shalt not come unbonded. Thou shalt clip together, lest ye face the wrath of Herbert. This is epic gluing for the motherland music. That's why the song was called Epic History. It's about the history of gluing bits of plastic together. I'm sure you believe that. It's one of the few attractive Russian planes. Zwarp blorp, slurpity swerp blurp, as they say. I've heard them say that. It's true. Looks okay. It's not perfect. Maybe that needs a bit more glue? No, it just needed some pressure. It will need a little bit of smoothing, like in there and under here. Guess it depends on how perfect you want it to be. I'm not that fussed, but it will need to wait for glue to properly dry. I do appreciate how well that went together, though. Quite often I have difficulty with plane fuselages. Also, my face cam is lower than usual, I think. What are the next steps? Instructions. We got the vertical, whatever they are, for the rear. There isn't really a lot to this kit. That is one of the reasons I chose it for today. Something menacing is about to happen. I can tell by the music. Also a good thing, this kit doesn't have rubber band tracks. Yeah, I'm glad. Nor does it have linked length or individual links. I don't know how it gets around with no tracks. I wonder if the same Soviet construction standards apply to planes, where they'll have big gaps and stuff. And in that case, is it fine to have rough edges on these things? Probably. I'm going to do a little bit of scraping at the join points on this, just to make them look a bit neater. Looks like those should be panel lines, so that's fine. It's a bit awkward to hold. Easier to get a sanding stick along here. This is definitely the less fun part. The most fun part being where you get to glue the bits on. I've also noticed there's a little... It's not all the way together there. By the power of pressure, I compel you. Bond! Not all together. Glue and pressure are the answers. Exactly. I'll leave that sit for a bit before I try to scrape back the little mess the glue left. I don't know if that should be smooth or if there's like two lines along there. Looks a little better than it did before. We'll need some glue and pressure there too. Gonna paint it soon? No. There we go. Get pressured, nerd. I think that works. Now we can see to this edge. Gonna paint it this decade? I might. I probably won't. Probably should have left that sit a bit longer before putting a knife near the wet glue. Looks a bit rougher than it actually is there because the glue, I mean the plastic has gone into the gap a little bit and gone white. I'm gonna call that good enough for my purposes. Doesn't need to be perfect, and it definitely isn't. But it's pretty decent. It's once it is painted, if it ever gets painted, it'll look pretty, you won't notice any gaps at a distance. The way I paint is usually at least arm's length. And the gaps are obvious where there's different colored plastic from the way it goes white when you scrape it and whatnot. But it looks okay. Now, what am I missing other than most of the things? These are from step 1 too. Step 1 also, not step 1, 2. Yep, they'll go on right there, right at the rear. Go. Let's glue these on backwards. Yeah, what a good idea. They should probably be quite vertical. Though it is a Russian plane. Maybe they were all wonky and weird. I would say, without actually measuring it, that's pretty good. Or is it? I would say that's pretty good enough. They are the right way up. I just wondered, maybe I've put them on wrong, but I didn't. Is this kit by Hobby Boss? This kit is by Hobby Boss. The boss of the hobby, as it were. See? It says right there, Hobby Boss. Soviet Tutu bomber. Someone's going to get mad when I say that in the video, and it's going to be moderately amusing. I might exhale air from my nose harder than usual. Hey, Tanker Bricks, how you doing? Okay, step 2 says... Well, it says a lot of things. Guess I should decide which bit to do first. I'm going to put the engine nacelles on. That'll be fun. Found my channel thanks to the Italian stuff I did. Excellent. Well, welcome. Get rid of that. Any other bits of unapprovedness? Well, Hobby Rookie would be a strange name for a company. I mean, Hobby Boss could start, like, their own beginner's range and call it Hobby Rookie. Doesn't quite have the same ring to it, though. It doesn't project the confidence that Hobby Boss does. They could probably be glued on. I don't think there's anything that goes inside of them. They are different for either side though, so maybe I need to figure that out. They weren't on their own sprues or anything. Whoops, though. Oh, they've got the part labeled on the inside. That's thoughtful. Thank you, Hobby Boss. I can see why you are the boss. I don't know how much gap should be along there, but they seem like they're going to be fairly big gaps. Just throw that there. I'm try to be delicate with these tail fins because I don't want to knock them out of place. Make sure the glue god knows that we want this to be bonded. Gonna have to hold that for a bit, methinks. Just go on, stupid lid. Oh, piss. That's fine. The real Soviet planes had big blueprint fingerprints on them. And that one's not too bad. It's localized to that line there. We can scrape it to make it a bit neater. It's a bit rough there, but that's not too bad. And do the other one pretty much exactly the same way. Yay! Controlling the brush neatly with my left hand seems to be slightly difficult. Which I totally did off frame, but whatever. If you paint it, you can name the plane... which means Idiot Ski Kozel, which means Idiot Goat. That would be a good name for a plane. If I built a helicopter, the reference would be Idiot Helicopter. That would be like the in-joke for Barnaby and I. That's where saying things like Idiot Goat sort of comes from. And where that comes from is Rust, where we were in a helicopter and we flew up to a guy in his wooden base and flamethrowered at him. I think we flamethrowered, we rocket launched, and he was all like, "Idiot helicopter!" Cool story, right? It seems to be staying together. It's pretty heavy at the front. I kind of wonder if we need weights at the rear. And the next steps would involve more doodadery, believe it or not. Some small things for the sides of the engine. Engine cowlings. They look like they might be exhausts. And some nubbins for the top. B9? Are you B9s? Doesn't look like... No, it kind of does look a bit like the picture, but it doesn't really. What? You gonna add plastic parts? I can't believe it. Oh, I know. I just thought doing something different would be... You know, it would be fun to do something different. Something different and wild and wacky. So instead of gluing bits of plastic together, I'm gluing bits of plastic together. Ha ha ha. Okay, these are actually two different parts. So, this is B10s. This is B7s. Guess they need tidying up. Got to scrape the plastic before we can glue the plastic. The glue god does not smile upon nubbins. Might have clipped this one a little too close and flattened the top of it a bit. But that's okay. I blame the children. Maybe that mold line should be scraped off too. Not just the bit at the bottom of the mounting point. Very difficult to hold this bit to do this. If only I had some sort of rebigulator to make it bigger. Then a debigulator to make it smaller. Okay. Time for nubbins, I guess. Are they really nubbins, Herbert? No. Not really. Time for small bits. Would be more accurate. Seems reasonable. Not difficult. Even Herbert can do that. Anybody can do it. Maybe I can't do it. Just have the piece roll over in my fingers. And then one of these for each nacelle. Two of them, rather. I'm sure that's meant to be recessed in the hole and not, like, flush with the outside. Seems like it could use a bit more glue and pressure at some point. I don't really feel like sitting there holding it though. Other ones for the other side. Difficult to do it in such a way the camera can see it. I'm assuming that part goes on that side also, instead of that on the outside. I know what I mean. I didn't verbalize it very well. It ought to stay. That ought to hold the little SLB. Oh, piss. Why can't I do this simple task? We all know incompetence is the reason. Perfect in English you are.
Ah, piss.
Oh. That should sit more recessed, I think. Yeah, like that. Good, good, good. There, got them on. No troubles at all. No troubles at all. Okay, and now the top window glazings, I guess you'd call them, which come with extra doodads. Okay, I should probably get the other bits as well before I get too excited and glue it all together without them. Forward canopy has this weird looking thing. Which will stick out the top. I'm assuming it's some sort of antenna. No excitement, no fun, serious gluing only. That's the way it is round here. Only serious modelling. That's why they call me Herbert Serious Erpaderp. That's probably neat enough. Yeah, they call you Herbert Serious Erpaderp, but after saying so, they laugh and they laugh. I don't get it either. That's neat enough. It'll do the trick. When I use a dictionary, your picture is just beside the word serious. I know it. I've looked it up. You wouldn't just make this up. I don't know if there's meant to be a little space there, but there is. Just accept it. Piss. 7,000 liters of piss. Went to the effort of putting that nicely in place, and it was all like, fuck you, I'm not bonding. stick whatever the fuck this thing is right there. It must be some sort of aiming device or something. I'm going to assume that is a gun? Or an antenna. And that doesn't work. Is that meant to go in both of those? Doesn't fit. Now it fits. Don't know if it's meant to sit flat like that, but I think it is. Just mess the whole thing up. I do like it when you can watch the glue zooping along the seams. It's easier to see when the parts are clear. That's looking pretty plain so far. Now for more plain. Those things on top mean we're probably... Now we can't lay it upside down to arse about with the lower detaily bits. I guess that's okay. I guess I could find something to sit it on. I'm guessing then I'm gonna do the engines last because it seems like that'll be easier with the landing gear in place to sort of hold it up a bit. I will do the other clear bits, because why not? This song has weird boop sounds in it. Boop, boop, boop. And there was a not clear plastic part that goes with this, which I should probably not forget. And it just occurred to me that I used the wrong part for the top. Looks very, very similar. That's probably why it didn't fit. What a dimwit. Oh well. Perfect. Oh no, for some reason the part doesn't fit. Just can't do anything, Herbert. The worst. This one not only has to be cut at the bit that won't fit in one of the mounting holes, it needs to be shortened a bit. Good enough. Pretty sure it's meant to be a gun. Probably the same type of gun that would be on top. Next stream, Herbert builds a 6mm tank by GHQ. I could. I've still got like 3 or 4 blisters of those tanks. I've also got a couple from I forget what the name was, 2 Dice Games or something, the people who do the Emu War game, and that Universal Carrier, which is gonna take a lot of work to build. You'll never know those are the wrong parts when the kit is all together and painted. Oh yeah, the front lower glazing should be put on too. Do you call it glazing when it's aeroplane windows? I've no idea. I don't care. I'm calling it whatever I want to call it. For what it's worth, this glue hasn't really fogged the glazing, the clear parts up much at all. And that's a good thing. Probably. Are we going to damage that gun? No. it's feeling almost complete. I think what I'll do is build the engines, which are the same, I think. There is only one assembly instruction for the engine, so I'd say most of it's the same. Oh, perilous music is playing. I don't think these things even have a number on the sprue. There is also a bit for the inside. It's not a polycap, but it is shaped like a polycap, which I would assume is if you want the engine, the blades to rotate, which I don't really. But I'm gonna put it on anyway, just because that's the way it's meant to be done. And I always build everything the way it's meant to be built, exactly as the instructions say. Why does that keep happening? There we go. Trekan is getting hungry, so I am planning to do the eating. Thank you for dropping by, Trekan. I hope you eat well and are properly nourished. I'll see you next time. Gotta be careful not to slip and gouge the blades here. That would be unfortunate. I am easily amused. Yeah, this shouldn't be too difficult to put together. Shouldn't be. Hey, it's 12:12. That explains why I'm getting hungry too. Don't know why I cleaned up the inner bit there. It was unnecessary. And I never do unnecessary things. But Whee! Again, easily amused. Excuse me. That's going to be difficult to actually get on. My trusty 9 steps tweezers. Where's the button? There's a link in chat. Use code Herbert20 and you will get 20% off. You just glue that. And we should have a engine that can spin. However, my engine, hang on, which way is it gonna sit? I want it like that, so glue it there, and it'll never spin again. Praise the glue god. Go, and the other one should be exactly the same. And if it's not, that'll be weird. I'm not going to bother with the little inner ring bit on the other one. That was just for the video. according to my phone, it's 37 degrees. That's why it's getting warmer in here. And the air conditioner is not keeping up. Maybe I'm going to have to start my morning streams earlier in the day. Won't clean this one up quite as much because I learned that it was redundant, but I will get rid of this big nubbin. Because fuck you, big nubbin. It's like Big Farmer or something. Big nubbin. I don't need to film this, I've already done it. I do need to hold it in a way that's more conductive to gluing though. That, and then it's landing gear time, and we've got the engines nice and getting bonded for when they go on. So they should be good and strong. Good, strong engine. The rear landing gear is easy, it's just one bit. Didn't expect that to just do that. Okay, we start with this bit, that, and the wheel. And then these little doodads should support it. Maybe this should have been done after, I mean, before putting the top bits on, actually, now that I look at it. But I did follow the instructions. What a fool I am. Okay, we've got to not mix these up. So I can't tell if they're different or not. And if they are different, I can't tell which one goes on which side of the plane. So I'm going to assume they're not different. Is that a bad idea? Probably. Those are the sorts of ideas Herbert Erpaderp has. if the landing gear doesn't go together good, we can just, I don't know, smash it up a bit and bend the propellers and call it a crash. There's always something you can do to hide bits that you've messed up. Okay, got those. In assuming that they're both the same, I might as well just cut both of them out, really. If we don't clip this bit out of the middle, we're never going to get the wheels in. And we really do want the wheels to go in there. So get out of here, Nubbin. It's a bit rough. Where's my little brushy doover? Can't find it. I have a set of those little brushes you're meant to use for airbrushes that are good for brushing crap out of corners like this. I don't know where I've put them. At least the wheels are easier to clean the mold lines from. You don't have to be very careful with these. They are perfectly round, though. They don't have a little flat spot to simulate the weight of the plane, which is fine. It could be in midair with the gear down. Don't know if these have a specific way around they go, but it doesn't look like it. You can have free rolling wheels if you want, but I do not. Do these have a specific way they go? Doesn't look like it. That's... Oh. Stay in my fingers, please. That's part 1 of the gear assembly. Hello from Australia, Sam Coultier. Coultier? Cloudier? I can't read. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Now we get the joy of doing that exact same step again. Cleaning up this piece of the landing gear is not especially fun. But I suppose it should be done. probably don't need to worry about the much higher up bit, because there's a fair bit of stuff that will stop that from being seen. But I should make them as neat as possible for my own satisfaction. Slice that without slicing me. Praise the glue god. May our wheels remain bonded in place. Okay, those are bonding. I guess the next step would be to probably deal with this and get the other landing gear supports, though they are different. Gotta keep them separated. Excuse me. 2 will go on that side and 10 go on the other. Easy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy, as the kids say. nubbin's a bit of a annoying one to get. It's not easy to hold this part in such a way that I can get the knife in properly. That ought to do. It'll do nicely. Probably doesn't need to be cleaned up to absolute perfection because nothing else is. To me, M18 Hellcat and 35th scale yesterday. I've not built that kit. I don't think I've built the if they have it in 48th. I don't think it's. I don't think I've built the Hellcat at all. But being Tamiya, it's probably pretty good. It's really hard to go wrong with Tamiya. Probably won't be like, you know, super detailed or, you know, competition winning without adding extra bits, but it should be good and solid and shouldn't be hard to build. I've built a lot of the Tamiya 48th scale kits, and I wouldn't not recommend any of them. So 35th. Probably also good. I was just about to say, maybe I should pick up some more 35th scale Tamiya kits, but as I keep having to remind myself, trying to save money for a PC and not buy more model kits when I have literally over 100 to choose from. Plastic crack addiction, man. Keep having to buy more and more. Okay, what am I missing? The point. Ha ha ha. I don't think I'm missing anything. It's time to glue bits on. But where do I start? Probably the tail gear would be the easiest. Actually, no. I will do the main gear. I don't know which one is which, and if it matters which way they go. It's even kind of hard to see how they go on the instructions. I think the little bit that sticks out goes on the front. It would be good if there was like a D-shaped keying here so you would get the wheels straight. It's a lot for sure. You have 12 in the stash. 12 is plenty too. I just go overboard. I want to make sure that I'm not putting these on backwards. Oh, there's a... It shows it very clearly on the painting diagrams. I don't know much about planes, so there is a very good chance I would just glue it backwards and not even realize it was backwards. Just got back into the hobby. Well, that's 12 is a good start then. Welcome back to the plastic crack addiction. May your wallet not feel too much pain. The annoying bit with these is they don't want to stay straight. Also, this probably should have been put on before. I need a way to hold that. I think that's the way that goes. No. Something like that. And this should actually help it stay straight like I wanted it to. One day, I'll be competent. Take these stringy bits off. That ought to hold the little SOB. That should be a reasonably strong landing gear too. I hope. Yeah, it seems, I mean, it makes sense when you put that bit on that will hold it straight, but sometimes it's just weird when there isn't a, when the keying is a round hole instead of a D shape. I need something to rest this on. Yeah, this chunk of foam will do. The only trouble is maybe getting them a little bit lopsided sideways. But I don't think I've done that. They look pretty decent. Now for this... which should go like that, I would assume. Extra glue for the glue god. And now the temptation is to sit it on freshly glued gear but maybe I won't. You basically get what you pay for in most cases. Yeah, that's true. There's nothing wrong with cheaper kits. You just can't expect them to be amazing. Sometimes it's fun to battle a lower quality kit. I paint slowly, and I don't paint on stream, so I get way more building done. It's much easier to do build videos and have those come out consistently than do painting, but I'm in the middle of painting model railway tracks, which is taking 50 years. Yeah. That's one. Now get here. Make sure there's plenty of glue. And then... Those would stay on with friction alone. That was a pretty tight fit. But the glue is just going to make sure it stays on. Guys, come and watch me live paint and watch paint dry. Yeah, that's my problem. Like, I paint in short bursts also. I don't feel like it's worth trying to stream. It's the one part of the hobby that I do make videos about it, but I largely keep for myself and enjoy at my own pace. That's an aeroplane. Look at that. It looks exactly how it should. It'll look better if I ever paint it, but that's pretty decent. Maybe I should do one of those really good TikTok things I do. I've got a flying machine! This is a 70-second scale, I think. Is it 70-second scale? I'm a professional, I know. Yes, 70-second scale Soviet Tu-2 or Tu-2 bomber from Hobby Boss. And I built it just now. It was pretty quick and easy to build. Fun. Looks good. There's a build video on YouTube, probably, that you should go and check out. Do it now. Or not. Professional. Nobody will ever click through from TikTok anyway, so who cares? That seems like it's ready to sit on its gear, because I'm sick of holding it. How long did that take? That was 2 hours 20. It's not bad. Most of the time I spent faffing about, so it's probably really about an hour of work. I enjoyed that. It was pretty much exactly what I wanted. Something relatively simple, get done in one stream, and isn't terrible. For like a... I don't remember how much it cost, but it was like probably 10 or 20 Australian dollars. This was online hobby shop cart filler to get me to the free shipping threshold. It's Russian. Sure, it's overbuilt. I mean, might as well overbuild if you're going to build at all. That's going to be it for today. I got that done. It's getting really hot in here, so I need to turn my lights off. I will be back tomorrow evening, my time, probably for some video games. I don't know what I'm going to play, either Railroad or something. I got a Shipbreaker game that I've been looking at that was on sale, so I might try that. Modeling again on Wednesday night, Or I might finish the Jagdpanzer 4. Otherwise, next Monday, more modeling. Don't know what I'll do. It'll be something. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves. I don't think I'll do a raid. Going to sleep? Sleep sounds good. It's the middle of the day. I might just have a nap. Thank you for watching. Farewell!